recording during my literature class. Then I arrived at the classroom, and this wasn't just any classroom. It was the classroom where the teacher really dislikes students using mobile phones. So I had to move toward the back of the classroom to record. Normally, I sit toward the front because I genuinely love English literature and actually wanted to learn from the lecture. But that day was different. My Hero Ultra Impact was my first priority. I was trying to preserve the game before it disappeared. So I moved toward the back and continued recording. I'm not going to mention anything about my classmates because that's not relevant to the archive. They may have been surprised by what I was doing, or maybe they weren't. Either way, it doesn't really matter to me. What mattered to me at that moment was the MHUI archive. And while I was recording, you can actually hear the lecture in the background. We were studying Elizabethan and Jacobean drama, and that particular lecture was about Volpone. So, in a weird way, the background of some of the final MHUI recordings contains an actual university lecture about Volpone. I was sitting there as an English literature student, trying to learn about Elizabethan and Jacobean drama, while simultaneously trying to preserve the game that was about to disappear. The last event I recorded. Eventually, I recorded Tap to the Beat. As far as I remember, that was the last event I intentionally recorded. At that point, I thought I was basically done, but then something made me think, maybe I should save that song I really like. So instead of simply stopping there, I went back into U Legends, specifically Chapter 5 to 5, Demon Lord Showdown, because there was a particular piece of music there that I really loved. I went back specifically to record that soundtrack, and I'm really glad I did, because I had absolutely no idea that this would become the final thing I managed to preserve. If I had known that this was going to be the end, I probably would have put so much more effort into the archive. I would have been more deliberate. I would have tried to record things differently. I would have taken more time, but I didn't know. I thought I still had time.